J-Mo, who do you pick between Craig Mack and Biggie?
Which one you think is cuter?
His hip hop related things.
Okay.
I've never been a big fan of those.
Okay.
His R&B stuff, that's another ballpark. I feel like that's where he's more comfortable at. Production wise, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
You wasn't a Kris Kross fan?
Yeah, Kris Kross is straight. Yeah. Kris Kross is straight.
Kris Kross.
I mean, I was in like 4th grade, but
I bought all 3 of them.
I missed the bus.
Oh.
Yeah, that was and that's something I would never ever do again.
To me, that was like, it was novelty. It wasn't like, when I think of JD, it's like either novelty or R&B.
You are for the youth.
But when I think of novelty, I think of stuff like Disco Duck.
Are you going to tell me that Kris Kross was a novelty?
It was. They were.
Was it a novelty? 100% novelty?
I mean, they were.
He knew that it was going to work.
They were a hip hop.
He had to find them and produce them.
And I'm not taking that away.
Okay, as long as we get that
novelty.
out there. I mean, novelty is.
What?
Let me find something that's more. Let me find something that's more novelty than Kris Kross.
Yeah, like I said, when I say novelty, I'd be like, "Yo, do the Pac-Man," or you know.
Yeah, that's a novelty joint.
What did Kris Kross drop after Jump?
What?
I missed the bus.
I missed the bus.
Okay, what they drop?
Chris.
That was on the same project though, right?
Warming up, Chris.
That was on the same tape though, right?
Like Kris Kross has a legit greatest hits record.
Kris Kross seemed like novelty to me, and it seemed like novelty when I was a kid.
I'm not mad at you for thinking that. I'm not mad at you.
But I don't know
because
like
Jay Moore was new
edition. The thing is genius in that though. Because
I'm not saying there's not exactly. I'm not saying there's not genius in it. I think JD is a genius. I think what he knew how to do and the things that he've done. Absolutely,
he tried to do it again recently with that rap game show.
Watch this.
Yeah.
I missed that, but no, I think no.
But he introduced you to one of the biggest stars now, Lotto.
Oh, really?
Yeah, JD is still relevant right now as a producer. I'm not songwriter.
Let me get this out there. My intention is not to downplay JD
for sure,
at all.
For sure,
it was just like I think he's really good at the R&B stuff and the novelty related things.
I like to
and. He's got some hip hop records, but I don't feel like that was ever his strong suit.
I like this novelty conversation because I want to ask. I just want to throw it out there since we talking about the kids. And all that. So it's new.
We talking about the kids.
Shout out to the shortest.
They are.
Shout out to the shortest.
Is a novelty act.
Is new edition a novelty act? I knew he was going to say that. I knew he was going. Is that a novelty act?
Down.
They were.
That fall.
Think
about the criteria that Lone just said.
No. Because the thing is, they were really. First of all, I feel like the standard for R&B and hip hop is different because.
I mean, novelty is novelty, bro.
No. Because here it is. They were like, "Yo,
novelty is Vanilla Ice performing on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles soundtrack."
There you go. Now that's novelty.
Go Ninja, go!
I mess with that though.
Yeah,
so
new edition. Their whole thing was like, okay, you guys are going to be the new edition of the Jackson 5.
Jay Moore, let me ask you this though: who's more novelty based off what we're talking about, Kris Kross or New Edition? Or
Kris Kross easily.
Why? But why though? Why?
Because it was just a hip hop. It was a hip hop. A hip hop version
because it was a hip hop. It was within the genre of hip hop. It was like, hey, let's do this and make them kids.
It was like
New
intentional.
Edition was
Editional wasn't an intentional kids group.
Yeah, they were boy bands.
It was a
singing group.
It was knockoff Jackson 5.
It wasn't even like they like the name New Edition is basically it comes from the meaning the new
was
edition.
Was another bad creation a novelty act?
Yes.
I'll give them that.
That's a novelty act?
Yeah,
because they were the kid. They were like, hey, let's do Belle Biv DeVoe, but for kids.
And they rap too.
And like none of them could actually sing. Actually, if you listen to those all ABC records, and this is about paying dues. All their background vocals are from Boyz II Men.
Please don't disrespect Aisha.
Yes, listen. When you hear Aisha, that's Boyz II Men.
Yeah, the
Nintendo.
That's Boyz II Men.
Damn, you just put me on.
No, don't give him his flowers like that. Don't do that. He's trying to drop game. Don't do that.
He gave me some. I ain't never think about that.
Don't gas him up like that. Don't gas him up like that.
Hey, you just put me on.
Yeah,
don't gas
Go
him
back
up
and listen to those records. That's all Wanye and them singing in the background for another background.
And you know,
never thought about.
And you know, Boyz II Men was plugged with Michael Bivins, so it makes sense. It actually makes sense. So,
but when you listen to
it's not makes sense. That's what it is.
No, here y'all go, man. I don't want
what it is.
I'm hating. I don't want Jay Moore to win. I don't like Jay Moore winning this, but he's right.
I'm listening to. I'm just listening
to it
in
your head right now, and you're hearing playground.
Yeah.
You're hearing the 4-part harmony for 6 kids who couldn't sing.
Wow, mind blown.
I don't like this.
Why? Because I'm right.
Yeah, because you're right. I don't like this.
Wow.
So I say all that to say,
Bring this back around, Long. Thank you.
I'm not trying to hate on JD at all, and I think he is genius. But I feel like part of his genius is what he was able to do and to understand what is going to work.
JD understood market trends.
Absolutely.
And created market trends.
Yes.
So there is a genius to that is undeniable.
What makes him a beast is the fact that he understands.
And he's a one of a kind.
He understood everything that you guys are talking about. Had the talent to back it up to go with it. That's what makes him different.
For him to be
Because
like,
there's a lot of people that know numbers and metrics and all that, but they don't have everything that goes with it.
And I know this is going to sound like hate, but like when you get 4 girls that look like In Vogue, and they can sing, and you say, okay, we're going to give them these great songs and put them out there, but when you
don't do it.
When you get 4 girls that look like 𝐀𝐄𝐃 at the time, they grew into their looks a little later.
Red August,
you know, and say, these are still we're still gonna make this is a platinum group right here.
What you saying?
Because of their talent. Because if you run that by people who are into to marketing, whatever, and I'm not, like I said, it is what it is.
It's what it is.
You said, hey, here's a picture of these 4 girls. Let's put $5 million into this. Man. Despite their talent, there's going to be somebody at one of these record companies that say, absolutely not.
They're going to eat your ass.
So let me ask you.
I'm sorry. Did y'all not see them?
J-Mo, let me ask you something.
If you saw In Vogue 4 of the most beautiful women I've ever seen, and then you put them right next to
I have a question.
𝐀𝐄𝐃.
Bro, so what you telling me is In Vogue across the board looks better than 𝐀𝐄𝐃?
And you say to somebody who works at a label, who are we going to put our money on?
See,
he's right.
How many times? Hey,
and I'm not. It's not about me.
This is
judging them.
Everybody knows this.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is about because it's just think about
Big.
how I was about to bring up
said.
Bad Boy.
Oh, man.
I was about to bring up Bad Boy. Just imagine you say, okay, this is the 90s when everything is about video and what we're going to put on TV, and Bad Boy walks into
Red August. I don't like this.
Puff Daddy walks into Arista and he says, okay, these are my 2 artists we're going to start this with. Biggie Smalls,
I don't like this.
a dude who's 300 pounds, extra dark, got a wandering eye, and
now it's a chicken reference. Now it's extra dark.
And then Craig Mack, who look like Craig Mack look.
He's got a lot of flavor though.
I want $10 million. Do you know what kind
High
of
five,
do you know what kind of
High five.
I'm just saying. And that's the genius of these men who believed in the talent of the people that they had around them.
And they exploited the beauty.
So J-Mo, who do you pick between Craig Mack and Biggie?
Which one you think is cuter?
Yo, who are you picking if you go between Biggie and Craig Mack? I'm talking about if we look at it for what you're talking about, because you started it, you went down this road.
What I'm saying. Like,
I'm asking.
Think about how image.
Who are you picking,
This is
bro?
the 90s where if you couldn't put somebody on TV. Say, hey, we're going to take pictures of these people and go make them
I don't want that. I want you to tell me who you're picking between Biggie and Craig Mack based off the hole that you just dug. Who do you want?
One,
from a marketing standpoint.
It's a man. It's different.
I'm
gonna give you women.
Okay.
Total.
Exactly. For all the things people say, Puffy was so image conscious and this, that, and the third. He didn't go out and get the cutest girls to create his first girl group.
No, it was one. Total had one. Total had 2.
They grew into their look by the second album. The first album, one of them was a little husky and didn't have their look together. Go back and watch the Can't You See video. That's how good Can't You See. That's how good of a record Can't You See was.
Red August even knows
because I remember Andre Harrell when he went to Motown. He put out this group called Shades. They picked.
I remember them,
and they were extra cute.
They did the Who Did You Love?
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. And you know what? The record wasn't nothing. They were just cute.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about a handful of weeks ago. Remember the Lolita Holloway sample?
Layla?
No, it's like Lolita.
Lolita.
Oh yeah, we talked about Good Vibrations.
Good Vibrations, right?
Yeah.
And so the Black Box redid. It was like a house record.
Strike It Up.
Strike It Up.
Love Strike It Up.
But in the video,
they had a French model.
They had a French model in the video. It wasn't her. You know
This is what I'm talking
They
about.
did the same thing with CSC Music Factory.
Exactly. When
Which-
they
yeah,
had
we-
Zelma
yeah.
Davis singing what's the name's Martha Walsh's. This is how image conscious these companies were. This like, okay, we don't care about your talent. Look, come on, man. Milli Vanilli, they would have got away with it if it weren't for the Club MTV tour where the tapes started skipping.
Yeah.
They would have
They
got
definitely
away
would
with
have got
it.
away with it. They definitely would have got away with it. That's true.
And like this is where they should have Milli Vanilli should have been quiet because they were like, hey, can we sing on the next record? They was like, no.
Sing what?
Yeah, what are you gonna sing, sir?
You know, and so like I'm just saying, like when we talk about image,
Yeah.
and you know, if you got an image and a gimmick, but that's really what it was in the 90s.
Blame it on the rain.
And blame it on the rain as that goes. That goes. Now that you know we know the truth, but we can be like, okay, whoever sang this did a great job.
They did.